vicar from St Margaret's in Alton in Solihull.
And my name is Adam. I am the Associate Vicar of two churches, St John's in Great Wharton and St Wilfrid's of Lidget Green, both of which are in inner city Bradford.
What we've basically been doing is we've been retracing the footsteps of Paul and Barnabas in Acts chapter 13 and 14. This was a crucial moment in history of the church, but in the history of the world really, because this was the moment really that the Christian faith went global. So they set off from Antioch, which was north of the Holy Land. Nowadays it's in the southeast corner of Turkey on the border with Syria. We didn't go there because my wife wouldn't let us. Too close to Syria. It's in the Home Office red zone at the moment.
Fairly wise.
Yeah. From Antioch they went to Salamis, Cyprus, which was the town where Barnabas, where he was born. Then they went all over the island of Cyprus, and they went to Paphos on the western side. We got into Paphos at about 10 o'clock in the evening. We're not 100% sure where we're going, but we think it's this way.
We're on an adventure.
We are. So they were doing an experiment really. They thought that they would take the gospel out to the areas that weren't predominantly Jewish and see how it fared.
We arrived on Friday night. It was a little bit of a mission because we took the bus. We were desperately trying to find the Airbnb which Dom had booked us into. We finally found the place. We checked in.
Not luxury accommodation.
Not luxury, but it was interesting accommodation.
Interesting. And, met lots of people there, which was quite nice.
Yeah. The very first thing we did in terms of testing the waters, because Dom and I knew from the very beginning that we wanted this to be not just us going from one place to another, but actually being very attentive to kind of encounters and the people that we would meet along the way, because that is, of course, what the first missionaries, Paul and Barnabas, were doing. They were striking up conversations, they were getting into the social fabric, and they were really kind of finding those opportunities to tell the good news of who Jesus is. And so we started testing the water with that, really, with the guy who owned the hostel. Really lovely guy, also a restaurant owner. We dined there the following night.
The food was really good.
The food was really good. The very first thing we did was to just very gently ask him if there was anything that we could pray for about him. And he seemed very pleasanttly surprised by that. He was quite taken aback.
Sorry,
Two more.
Two more. Thank you very much.
We're going to do morning prayer in what is a very beautiful setting, if I just show you around.
Abun de Bashmael, Nethkadashmok. Tethe Malhutoch, Nehwe Tzedionoch. Icon the Bash.
We've just reached, if you can just see behind me, there's some a blue sign there. That's the Turkish border, so we're going to get our passports out and we're going to cross from the Greek-controlled territory to the Turkish-controlled territory, and we'll be in Turkey effectively for the rest of this trip.
I kan op of Hanan spoken la hayode. Min bisho. Metol de dilot hi malkuto. Wahelo wa tashbukto. Lo alam almin. Amen.
we've just spent the last 12 hours on the boat that you see behind us. We departed from Famagusta. We have now arrived at Mersin in mainland Turkey. It's been a really interesting boat ride. We had conversations as much as we could with a nice family along the way. The crew were really hospitable and allowed us to share food and tea with them. And we're really looking forward to what the adventure will bring next now that we've arrived.
After Paphos, Paul and Barnabas then they went on to the town of Pergi, I think you pronounce it, which is near the modern day town of Antalya. Just made it to Yalvac. Tomorrow morning we're going to go and look at the ruins of Antioch Pisidia, I think that's how you pronounce it, which was the stop that Paul and Barnabas went to after they left Pergi. But let me first of all just show you around. It's quite an exciting cafe just here. It's called the Tree Cafe, very ancient tree behind me, and hundreds of Turkish guys sat around having a smoke and enjoying a cup of tea.
We're just enjoying a cup of tea, for the record.
We've been on quite a long journey through the mountains, very winding road, not for someone who feels car sick, but it was a great journey. It took 3 hours in a taxi.
We went scrumping even.
Yes.
Our taxi driver recommended some helma, which is Turkish for apples.
Yes.
And we had some deliciously ripe apples on the roadside.
We pulled over by an orchard and he encouraged us to steal some apples, but I think the farmer knew.
There was a conversation. There was some kind of understanding between the driver and the farmer, which was good.
You Israelites and others who fear God, listen. The God of this people Israel chose our ancestors and made the people great during their stay in the land of Egypt. And we bring you the good news that what God promised to our ancestors, he has fulfilled to us, their children, by raising Jesus. Let it be known to you, therefore, my brothers, that through this man, forgiveness of sins is proclaimed to you. By this Jesus, everyone who believes is set free from all those sins from which you could not be freed by the law of Moses. Mustafa, he's our host, and we're having a great journey. So it's about 170 kilometres to go.